Okay, looks like we're recording. Also, I think it's weird, but I'm pretty sure that this meeting is being recorded. Doesn't even like actually play on the recordings, and so you're like sitting there waiting, and then it's like, as you're watching, you're like, what are they talking about? And you realize it's that. So, today I kind of wanted to talk about when you have a bad day. And this one I had to ask a friend kind of for an opinion on because I really did have a bad day yesterday, and I was like, I honestly have no idea what I want to talk about today on the prayer Zoom. And she was like, well, you kind of had a bad day yesterday, but you also talked about how you were looking for the good in it. So why wouldn't you talk about that? And I was like, oh, yeah, why don't I talk about that? And so that actually really, really helped me. I did think about that, but I just didn't know how I wanted to kind of go about it. And so I just had to get some suggestions. And I think that's something that we like forget is okay sometimes, that like honestly, like if I was unsure of how to pray for something, I would go and I would ask somebody how I would pray, like, hey, what's a good way for me to pray about this, or how would you word this, and things like that. Because it's okay to not know. And that's why I suggested this book yesterday, this devotional, the Hi God It's Me Again and Hi God One More Thing, because on times when I don't know how to pray or don't feel like I know how to pray or what I want to say, that literally like just speaks to me, or I guess I feel like I could write those prayers. And so I guess I'll just read the devotional and then we'll kind of talk about bad days and how to go from there. So this one is called I Want to Complain Right Now. Yeah, I want to complain right now. So it says, hi, God, I'm sorry, but I guess I have a talent for pointing out what's wrong with any situation. Sometimes it seems like there's Crisco on my tongue and negative things just slip right out before I even notice the words I use. That's not my intent. It isn't even what I want to focus on. And I sure don't want to be that person that people don't want to be around because I act like a Debbie Downer. I'm really going to need your help with this. I know complaining can hold me back in this world and with you. In the wilderness, the Israelites had so much blessing they couldn't even see it. This part blew me away when I read this. They were out of slavery, sorry. The Red Sea parted, like literally a sea parted in front of them, and they couldn't see the blessing. And manna, fast food, was falling down right out of the clear blue sky. They never even had to cook. Their clothes didn't wear out. You even gave them quail for meat when they asked for it and water in the middle of the desert. But they still complained, and it kept them from the blessings you had for them. I know my grumbling can hold me back in this world and with you. When I complain about my blessed life, it certainly doesn't compel you to act. I don't want my future blessing to be hijacked because I'm not acknowledging the good in my present situation. I don't want to stay. Sorry. Danger, buddy. Hey, we're not going to scream. Hey. We're not going to scream, please. Okay. Where did I go now? I don't want my future blessing to be hijacked because I'm not acknowledging the good in my present situation. I don't want to stay here on this level for the rest of my life. Oh my God. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm gonna have a heart attack today, guys. Yeah, can you say hi? Can you over here? Good job. Thank you. That was very sweet. Yeah. My attitude, my praise, and my thanks to you shouldn't be based on my circumstances. That just limits you to only what I can see. But I want to unleash you into the realm of what I can't see. Thank you, God, for loving me without fail. Thank you that I woke up today and your mercies were new. Thank you that every day you load me down with the awesome benefits of being your child. And so I want to read you guys the verses that go with it because I always feel like they're really interesting. Oh my gosh. Ugh. All right, we'll see if we can sit. I know he's getting close to nap time again. And the people, this is Numbers 11:1. And the people complained in the hearing of the Lord about their misfortunes. And when the Lord heard it, his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burned among them and consumed some outlying parts of the camp. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. We're not putting our feet on this computer. Psalm 103 verse 2 says, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. Some of those I wish were in different different versions of the Bible. Like I usually read the New International Version because that seems to be the most understandable, like easily understandable for me personally, but obviously everyone's different. So yeah, like I said, I just feel like sometimes. Are you okay? It's gonna be one of those days again. All right, hold on a second. Okay, I can't leave this computer, but you're just gonna have to wait a minute, okay? I know. I'm so sorry. I think he's gonna get really mad for a second. I will try something different here. It's just really, really close to nap time, and he's been struggling. And I think he's going through a growth spurt, and it's just it's not working the way we want it to. Okay, we're gonna go to this one. So, anyways, what I wanted to talk about is that I think sometimes God works in, like, he works almost more on your bad days, as long as you are willing and doing the work to like talk to him. And so like yesterday I did have is that not what you wanted? So sorry. I really was praying that he was going to be asleep by the time this started, and obviously that didn't work. Anyways, so like yesterday I was having a really bad day. Granger woke up right at 5 with me. He was loud like this, like, you know, if you're a mom, you get it. You just want like 5 minutes of like peace and quiet. I never understood that till I became a mom, because I never really liked quietness. Oh my gosh. But now I thrive in it, okay? But anyways, yesterday was very similar to like this, and I had to run 5 million errands. I can't. I had to run 5 million errands. He was like this yesterday. Anything I gave him for lunch, he didn't want to eat. Like, it was all the things. I was hitting all of the red lights. I was a half hour late to meeting my friend at the park because her girls were going to come play with Granger. And I literally was just like really frustrated. And I was like, I don't see any good in today. Any good. I was on the power hour yesterday morning, and then my husband called, and then he talked to me for like 30 minutes. And it was important stuff. Like, you know, he didn't mean to talk that long. Well, we did. And so I didn't even get half the stuff that I wanted to done on the power hour. Then I led the prayer Zoom. And then after that, I was getting ready to leave. Well, then I was trying to pack everything up and clean. Well, he was not having that. And so that didn't work too well. But then my friend Morgan FaceTimed me, like Morgan, our leader, Morgan, out of the blue. Because I FaceTimed her last week and she was busy. So she FaceTimed me again. But it wasn't even about the business. It was about personal stuff like church hunting and life and my chiropractor appointment and like all these things. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And like this, again, I always talk about like why I joined with her, but like that's one of the reasons. But that was a good thing, and it was a gift from God in that moment, because I was getting very frustrated and very overwhelmed because I needed to go get groceries for lunch. Okay, I didn't have what I needed for lunch, but I couldn't get out of the house, you know. And so I got calmer when like after we like talked and we just FaceTimed and whatever. And then I finally went to go get lunch, and then I was almost out of gas. Like almost out of gas, like needed to fill up that right that instant. And I was like, are you kidding me? And so like there was just like thing after thing after thing after thing yesterday of like negativity, in a sense, that I was like, I'm so mad about this. I'm so mad about this. Why is this happening to me? And so like later in the day, Granger wanted to just cuddle. Like that's all he wanted to do. He wanted to play. He wanted to sit right on me just like he is now. And at first I was really frustrated by it because I wanted to obviously do all the things I was trying to do. And like my apartment's still a mess. The dish has not been unloaded or loaded in the dishwasher or whatever. My laundry's not done. Like none of that's done. But I always love when he cuddles with me and like wants to play with me. And so I feel like that honestly was a gift from God, even though it was not what I wanted to do in that moment. Like, because I wanted to get stuff done, when he started like cuddling with me and he was like, Mom, like come this way, you know, and I went and played with him, like the joy on his face was worth every bit of me not getting all this stuff done. And so like, I also think that was a gift from God. And then he actually ended up falling asleep really early last night. So Daniel and I actually got to just enjoy some us time, which we haven't gotten honestly in probably weeks of just us. And so that was really, really cool. And so I guess I'm challenging you guys today to like look for God, even if you are having a bad day, and look for him in the most simplest of things that you honestly don't even think about. Like sometimes when I'm having really, really bad days and I'm like, literally like life sucks, I'm so mad, like, or whatever. I don't usually say life sucks, but like sometimes obviously if it's bad enough, I might say that. And Daniel's like, excuse you? You have a husband that loves you. You have a son that loves you. You have friends that love you. We have an apartment. We have a car. We have safety. Like we're here. And I was like, thanks for humbling me, you know. And sometimes I think like when we have those bad days and things like that happen, we just totally forget to look at the blessings that are right in front of us, like literally right in front of us. Yeah. And so simple things could be like your foot is hurting today and you really want to find a like front parking spot and you find one. I think that's a gift from God. I really do. I think he heard you say that. Um, you're hitting all the red lights. It's definitely frustrating. I obviously won't lie to that. But what I try to remember when I hit a bunch of red lights is maybe that there was going to be an accident, or maybe I would have gotten into an accident if I would have hit that green light. And so I know that's a like really drastic thing to think about, but that's just what I like to try to think about if I'm ever late for anything. And maybe the red lights also could be him trying to teach you to slow down a little bit, because obviously, you know, we're a very go 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 society. I think I mentioned that a little bit yesterday. But like we go so much that we do forget about those simple blessings. And like, oh my gosh, it could be a simple blessing. Honestly, it sounds really really simple but also very big. You woke up today. Like God still has a purpose for you here today. Like on this earth, he still has a purpose, and that is why you're here. Like that is crazy to me because he could take you home at any time. And so I guess that's my challenge for you today is, even if you're having a bad day, or maybe it's not today and it's tomorrow or whatever, and you're having a bad day, try to look for the smallest bits and like ask him to show you. That's what I do on my bad days. I'm like, all right, God, I am not having a good day right now. I'm feeling very overwhelmed. I'm feeling very frustrated. I'm feeling, you know, whatever I'm feeling. I'm like, okay, help me see the good in today, because right now I'm not seeing anything good in it. And I'm being obviously what I just said to not do, because I'm like, I've got Granger. He's giving me hugs. I'm fed. You know, like we have all of these things. But then I still am like, I'm having a bad day. I hate this day. I'm so frustrated about this day. And so I think it just really, like, honestly, I think bad days kind of humble us sometimes if you're open to asking him to be like, all right, show me the good in today. And I guarantee you, if you tell him that or ask him that, however you want to say that, he's going to show you something, and it's going to be the simplest thing, and it's going to bring the most joy to you, as long as you are willing to open it. Because he's ready. He's like, all right, I got your blessings. You just have to talk to me, you know? So I know there's a little bit all over the place today. But like I said, I just was like, I've had so many like good things happen and so many bad things happen recently that I've kind of been like all over the place emotional wise. Like not in the sense of like, oh, God's good one day, he's not the next day. Like it's not that sort of thing. I just have had a lot of like, either my day's been like really good or really bad, and it has not been like an in between kind of day. And I have felt really overwhelmed, and so that's been my prayer almost every single morning is like, okay, I'm feeling really overwhelmed. And like that was like today. So like if you were on yesterday, or if you weren't, maybe you'll post the recordings here soon, but yesterday Granger woke up at the same time I did. I got very overwhelmed, found out my husband hadn't helped me with the dishes. Like I was just very frustrated. Like it's a long story, but when that all happened, I really feel like I didn't turn to God right away that morning, and it took me honestly probably about an hour before I was actually like, oh hey God, hey, I'm struggling today. And so today, instead of waiting, like Granger woke up the same time I did this morning. I didn't get up when I wanted to this morning. I didn't get to make my coffee right away. I had to get him breakfast. I had to do all these other things. And instead of being so frustrated about it, like I was normally, even yesterday, I literally went to God and I was like, all right, this morning is already not going how I want. But here's a blessing. I don't have to run any errands today. So I'm going to be thankful for that. And I don't know how this day is going to go, like in the sense of trying to get stuff done. But I know that I'm here and I'm thanking you for that. And so I'm praying that you show me the good and just give me peace about today. And guys, the peace that I have today, like, yes, it's driving me crazy that my apartment's a mess right now and that dishes aren't done and laundry's not done. Like it's at the point where obviously I have to do it. But I am so thankful that I've been turning to him so much more, because my peace about just everything is there. Do I want to be farther along in the things I've signed this month? Yeah, I do. Do I want to be at that dang diamond retreat? Yeah, I do. And I'm going to be there. But I have peace about where I'm at right now and how my day's going. And like, I know that if I put in the work, it's going to like be rewarded, I guess. And that's going into a different topic. So I won't like go too much into it, but challenge you basically today is, if you have a bad day, or if you know someone having a bad day, challenge them to find like 3 good things in the day. And it, like I said, it could be as simple as a parking spot. It could be as simple as someone reaches out to you, not even about the business, but just says that you're like a light, or you're encouraging, or, you know, something like that. Oh, that's the other thing that happened. You can start putting your prayer request in the chat, but the other thing that happened is someone messaged me on my story and said, I've been following you for a long time, and you always are so encouraging. And I just want to thank you for being that way. And I literally had no idea she existed. No idea. I apparently have never interacted with her. I've never done anything. I don't even know how long we've been friends, but she really, really just kind of made my day when she did that. So I'll go ahead and stop the recording here. I think anyways. Yep.